This is Barbara Iris Alsou, the founder and the owner of Parental World Knowledge. I'm also the president of artist Barbara Alsou Fine Art Studio. I want to welcome everyone here today, and we're doing more watercolor painting, and I hope that everyone has their canvas. We purchased a canvas on a up my canvas, but unfortunately the camera is not moving right now. Okay, so this is just like a sheet of paper, but it's canvas and it's on a pad. So what you do is buy this in an art supply store, and this is much better than just using paper because paper doesn't absorb the paint as well. And in addition, you'd have to whitewash the whole canvas. I mean, it's a huge canvas. And, you know, the time, the cost that it would be to buy the white, because most palettes don't have white. So you're going to have to buy a liquid white. It'd be so costly to buy the paint, the liquid white. It's separate, and it costs much more than just the palettes. So if you buy one of these, you know, this is sometimes you get lucky, you can get maybe a whole palette for all the colors for the same price. So it definitely doesn't pay. You know, your time would be wasted, your money. And in addition, you're going to need several size artist brushes. So here's like some of them, what they look like, a few. And, you know, you have to have different sizes. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get into like little crevices. And you have a wider area, you want a wider brush. All right, and those should be in the supply store too, not a dollar store. You can't have cheap brushes, or the hairs of the brushes. And an artist sponge, you put it down and you bring it up. And it should have, you know, if you have too much water spilled, too much paint, it should take it right up. Just don't smear it, just bring it down and bring it up. And in addition, color pencils. You need color pencils as close as you can to what your painting is. And it doesn't have to be identical, as I said, just as close. And really, the only other thing is you need a regular pencil to do a line drawing, but you do need an artist eraser. It's much more professional to get one from the art supply store. An artist eraser and that would be it. The only other thing, you just have to do that line drawing, as I said. And I just want to explain what a line drawing is in case you don't know. It's the outline of that. If you're doing fruit or whatever the object you are, just the outline, not the entire. You don't have to put every dot, every, you know, line. So just do the outline, and then you fill the rest in with paint. All right, so let's begin. And I was doing my layering of the grass. I did 2 layers. I want to do my 3rd layer now. You do have to do at least a few layers. And in addition, you're painting, say you're doing something architectural, you might want to do even some more layers. It's depending on what you're painting. And if you're using any props, say like you're doing the fruit, don't copy exactly because someone else made that. You should not be doing exactly as it looks if it's a prop, except if it's a live person, that's different, or a live animal. But when you have a prop that someone else made, don't copy exactly. Otherwise, if you want to enter this into a contest or you want to have this at a showing, it's not going to be accepted. You can't copy anything. Even a photograph, you should not copy exactly as a photograph. If you do, it's just like plagiarism. You're writing. It's the same thing. You'd be not doing art. Art needs to be your own style. The only exception is if you did a printout from the computer, you are allowed to paint over that. Computer printout, it's legal to do a painting on top of that. That is okay. So I just want to let you know. So just, in case you want to do a professional showing, even beginning, you might want to join an organization around you, an art organization, and you need to know these things. Otherwise, they ever find out, you're going to be disqualified. And it's too aggravating. I mean, you put your effort into your work. Do it the right way, right from the beginning, and then you won't have any problems. But the worst thing is, to not be doing your own work. I mean, you don't want to copy something that someone else did. You want to develop your own style and feel good about your work and have a good time. Don't worry about it being perfect. My late mother used to say, never worry, just have fun. And that's what I did. All my life, I just had fun with my work, and I didn't worry about it being perfect. And that's why I went into art, because my mom made me realize, it doesn't matter to be perfect. You just enjoy. Plus, nobody wants to look at a photograph painting. I mean, if it looks just like a photograph, just take a photograph. You really want it to have character of your style, no one else's style. And it makes you feel good. When you do your own style, it makes you feel so good. This is mine, Nobody else did it exactly as me. And it makes you feel really good. I look at other artists' work and then I say, gee, I did this better, I feel. And I feel really good about it. Instead of, just copying someone's style, that's no good. I mean, you want to, follow the masters. It's important. I mean, I was educated in advanced arts. And I just did not copy anyone's style. I did my own style. And my late mother was a master artist. And she was my greatest mentor, but I didn't copy her style. You could be influenced by an artist, but not copy their style. And that's good. You can have like some influence, that's fine. But never copy. Because you wouldn't feel good about it. You want to feel good about you're doing this yourself. And then my mom always said, just do my art my way, and I did. I never copied her style. I developed my own. And my mom never did abstract art. I do abstract art. So I expanded, from what she taught me, I actually expanded on my own. So, I did my own style totally. And I started doing some abstract things actually when I was age 14 with my horse picture. I did the background as abstract. So it has some realism and then abstract expressionism is in it also. That's when I started. So I was doing that a long time. Excuse me. And just do gentle strokes, Don't try to do too much at once. Don't be overwhelmed. Just, do gentle little strokes to get your work done. And if you have to even dot, you can dot within your painting. I have sometimes like a very small area, and I'll just dot it as opposed to put very little water. And if you need to dot, you can dot. And sometimes, like with grass, I'm using a big brush, but then I go over it with a little brush because I want the strokes of the grass, to look authentic. So then I'll put in some little strokes with my smaller brush. I have, thick ones. I have a real tiny thin one, and that's what I'm going to use. I used already on the grass, so I'm going to do it again. It's funny, my puppy was playing today soccer, and that's what I'm painting now, that he's on the soccer ball. He's playing with the same soccer ball. Too bad he moved so fast. I could never, get it while he was playing. I used my imagination. I didn't even have him still long enough to paint this. So, and once in a while he'll sit on my lap, and I can, like check if I did everything right. Well, it isn't often he stays still. It isn't. In fact, it was interesting. The UPS guy was passing by, and he says, "Gee, you have an adorable dog. What kind of dog is that?" So I tell him Black Lab part and Chihuahua, and he says, "Wow, that's a great combination." And he says, "It's so cute and so active." And I says, "Yes, he is." So, not just my opinion. Everybody says he's very active. And he says he used to have cookies, but now he's a supervisor. He doesn't bring them. So it's interesting. Now he's a supervisor. He has more responsibility. He doesn't have time to give a cookie. He has to watch that everything is done right, by somebody else. If he's not doing it, then I can't blame him. So that's, that's good that he's diligent like that. All right, so when my puppy wanted to play, he was barking at him to play with him and the girl that was with him. They didn't stop. Okay. But it was cute. It was really cute that my puppy wants to play with everybody. Only if a person was a bad person breaking in, then he'll growl, he'll bark, he'll attack. Oh, the little docile puppy is no longer docile if he hears you trying to break in our house. I'll tell you that. I didn't expect that from him. I thought he was a docile puppy, and I found out the hard way. Platinos will not be docile if you start breaking in our house. It's interesting. But, Black Labs are usually, more friendly, and he is more friendly, but they will defend. And I found out that's the case. And plus a Chihuahua in him. The Chihuahua is the warrior. So Black Lab and the Chihuahua definitely protects his mom, which is me. He definitely wants to protect me. Boy, and he was barking off his head. He heard something last night, and he was barking off his head. Oh, my gosh. But it's so interesting that I never thought he would be a watchdog, but he is. I mean, he goes to kiss everybody, so I thought he was just going to be the lover boy, and never. I didn't get him to be a watchdog. I got him to be a sweet puppy. He gets into action. He gets into action. that he is that way. You know, that, oh, I'm sleeping and he hears something and he's going to bark. That is comforting. And I know he just loves me so, and I love him so. With all my heart. So if you have it in your heart to take care of a pet, there's so many wonderful pets there. You don't have to go to a fancy store and pay a lot of money because a lot of times they're overcrowded. They're not even cared for right in a big store. But a local shelter, they do care for your pet. You bring the whole family to be sure if it's with children that they get along with the pet. And a pet from a shelter, I mean, it could be a free pet and just except for shots, possibly the I'll be with you soon, honey. We're almost halfway done. We'll go out. Excuse me. Oh. The weather got warm again today, and my allergies are just acting up, and I'm just exhausted from all the congestion. It just doesn't stop. Excuse me. I mean, it's going from cold to I didn't even have to wear a jacket again today. So I went from a jacket yesterday to no jacket today. And for me, and it was so hot. I mean, literally, I couldn't even stand in parts where the sun was. It was so hot. So it's affecting me so. Because I have asthma and hay fever, so forgive me. Sorry, congested here and coughing a little and all that, but I can't help it. I take good care of myself. I drinking more water, tea to clear the congestion from the change in weather. But I have all year round hay fever and the asthma. So two things combined. And I'm doing everything, I possibly can, having, a good amount of fruit. I try to get things with cinnamon, and cinnamon is excellent in clearing congestion from allergies. Excuse me. Oh, Barb speaking. Oh, I don't want to put it on the front, but I right now I'm doing my reality show, and I'm going to be done at 6. So, okay. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Bye. All right. So, anyway, sorry. So, we have now more to do here with the layering. I did the grass. I'm going to go back to his eyes. I'm so happy. Just now, a client called. The person that's married to this woman has Parkinson's disease, and I said to please take him immediately to go for swimming lessons at the JCC. You don't even have to be Jewish. It's for all religions at the JCC in West Orange. And the great thing is, I mean, with having Parkinson's, I mean, you could either walk in the water. They have like walking lines, and you can walk in the water, and it will help totally. I mean, something. I mean, it's not going to your body around. And I was, telling her how my late grandfather had that, and he moved his body. He went swimming all the time, and he lived, thank God, into his 90s, which I was grateful for. Without doing something like that, I mean, I don't think he would have lived that long, but it helps your heart, it helps your breathing, it helps your mind. I mean, you need to even just walk if you can't swim, but it is good to learn to swim. And it's definitely going to be a big thing in his favor. And plus, you could get a scholarship. I mean, if you can't afford it, if you're disabled. And I just can't see not taking advantage. I mean, you need to take advantage of doing this. If you have that kind of condition, you can't just think that that you can just not do any activity. It's not enough just walking. You need to do more of an activity that's going to give you free range of your body. And the sad thing is, this person wasn't doing anything. And he's not that old. I mean, he's just, I think, about 60, 62. I don't really know, but I think about 62. And if you don't do something, and he's had it now for, I think, a number of years, so you really have to do something. And I was so upset that what happened was, they just stopped doing it because, I mean, he was swimming and then he stopped because money was a factor. But I said, look, you need to tell them that you need some kind of scholarship. When you're disabled, you need that. I mean, it doesn't matter. Have some kind of scholarship. I know even the Y extends it too. Well, if you can't afford something, and you can't let that stop a person. I mean, you have to talk to one of these counselors. You cannot be going through this. If you're not doing activity just for well, hi, Richie. It's my son's friend. He's helping us with the construction of our house. Ay, ay, ay.
What's that?
I'm glad I convinced her to ask for some kind of grant, because you can't not do anything. You cannot do that. Not with that condition. It just will be getting worse and worse and worse. Well, again, I'm so thankful. And I'm saying a prayer for him and anyone who has Parkinson's. I pray.
How did your lesson go with that guy?
Well, he's coming back next Monday, not until then. Yeah. But I did convince the wife to take him to the JCC for swimming, because he's not doing any activity other than walking. And if you have Parkinson's, you have to do something, or it's going to be so debilitating. He will be sinking, literally, in his health so fast.
En serio.
What?
En serio. Eso en español, tiene que ser serious.
Mm-hmm. Moving my palette here, and it's making a lot of noise.
En serio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, thank God I convinced the wife to contact the JCC. She's going there right now. That's a big thing that I convinced her. I said, you asked for a scholarship. You can't afford to take them, and so therefore you have to. They got to do something. I mean, this man's life is on the line there. If not, it's going to be so shortened. Oh. And I like this man so much. He's such a nice man. Very kind. Loves the dog. Loves Platinos. Platinos didn't do anything. Just that he couldn't make his number 2. That's why he's there. I took him out 4 times, Richie. He still didn't make that adjustment with that dog food that he was having. You know, he's eating this dog food now, but he's still suffering constipation. You know, my son brought a new dog food home. It was with lamb and rice. I went back to the Purina, which I know makes a difference, but it's taking a while to get back to adjusting. So I had to put him in the cage because I'm not going to have him have an accident in the house. But definitely, when you know that something is not right, you have to change it right away. And I was giving him, I give him part human food too, but more of the dog. It's good if you didn't think that it's necessary, but I told him it was. I even, you know, as a professional, I said it was, and I even checked with the vet. They said the same thing. They agreed. So you have to. And interesting, I told Purina that I loved that my dog just eats your food and he's so healthy from it. But one thing bothered me. They put little dog training my puppy, and with the cookies inside the food, if he anyway, and then it's not going to help him learn and discipline. Well, the new Purina puppy chow doesn't have the cookies. So somebody listened to what I said, and they're smart because it can affect the training of the dog. Now, he was getting those cookies if he made or not, and that was messing up his training. This is an island dog, and so now I'm having little problems here. He suffered a little constipation from the changing the food, and I said, let's go right back to the Purina. So, what changed? I mean, I didn't buy it. It was that somebody gave us a whole big bag of it for free. So, but free doesn't mean anything if the puppy can't have it. And so, if you were going to switch, you have to give half and half. And I told my son, who didn't believe, he never had a puppy with me before. My father wouldn't let us get a dog for over 20 years. So he never knew, the case is you have to do half and half of a new dog food. You can't just introduce something new. It doesn't work that way. You had some of the food that you made in there if you wanted it, or you can have some of the meatballs if you want. And did you find your food that's in there? And that you had a whole big pot of rice there. That big pot is filled with rice. I guess, there was no container. I don't know what happened. He gave my Tupperware to one friend, and I don't know where the rest of the Tupperware is going, but it's some cracked, I know. It was cheap Tupperware, not the real Tupperware. Imitation Tupperware. If anybody wants to have a private lesson, you can call Artist Barbara Sue at Fine Art Studio at 973-736-1637. Or if you prefer a free lesson on the air, because the other one you'd have to pay, $24 an hour, or a prepaid for only $12 an hour. But on the air, it's totally free. And that would be the same number, 973-736-1637. So give us a call Monday through Sunday, 9 to 5. And I'm really thrilled, again, about that man. I just hope all the best for him. He's just so happy that he's going to the JCC, and that hopefully he'll get a membership and be able to was bothering all week. I kept waiting for her to tell me that he started something. I talked to her about a week ago, and my heart was out for him, because my late grandfather had that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Just 9 more minutes, honey. We'll go out, Plaginos. I didn't name him, my son did. He brought him home to me from Dominican Republic. He said he's an island puppy. That was the name he gave him. He loved plantain bananas, and he named him after the Spanish name of plantains. Everybody is laughing at that name, but I got used to it now, you know. I love my puppy. I wouldn't change a thing. You know, he is sweet like those plantains. He is mostly sweet. He is a mostly sweet puppy. He follows me everywhere I go. Excuse me. Six more minutes, Platinos. I'll be right there to take you bye-bye. Try to finish your food. Drink a lot of water. Love you, dear. Excuse me. What, baby? I'm coming. I said 5 more minutes now. It was 6. Now it's I had to because I had to keep you in the cage because you have to learn. You need to make outside. I know you're having trouble, but you got and drink more water, baby. Take that water. I gave you nice fresh water. It's purified water. Come on, baby. I don't give from the tap. I give them all Fresh, purified water. Well, I pray a miraculous healing prayer for everybody in the world. There should be peace, good health, strength, spirit. Amen. God heals 100%. I'm just saying the prayer. I hope everybody has a great day, whether it's night here, but maybe day somewhere else around the world. And I just hope that everybody enjoys their day. And thank you for tuning in. And I thank you for referring people to us. Please continue doing so. We're getting more and more people watching, and I greatly appreciate that. And anybody can sponsor us, if you ever want to even send in just $1. Have it to Parental World Knowledge. And, our site is free, parentalworldknowledge.com. And we created a college fund on there, so we would keep the, site free, and then, 50% would go to the college fund. We have a mail-in address of 11 Cornell Street in West Orange, New Jersey, 07052. If you have any businesses that want to be a big sponsor, we greatly appreciate that. Well, I gotta go, and I will see you tomorrow. And I hope everyone enjoyed what they were doing. So I'll put a little more here because Too white. I have to dry and put some more black. There's Platinos. It's not coming in clear. Oh gosh. Well, there, a little bit better. A little bit better. That's my Platinos.